Welcome back to Cooking Confidently. Today I have another delicious date night meal for you guys, and what I'm going to be showing you guys how to make is pecan crusted tenderloin. So with that, I'll show you the ingredients and then we're going to dive right in. So the first thing we're going to need to do is prepare our meat. You can see that there is this silvery skin that's legitimately just called silver skin. All of this you don't want on here, so you're going to want to cut that out. So really all you have to do is take a little paring knife in and just cut it. Anyone who has ever filleted a fish, it's kind of like that. You just want to make sure that you get it off, but you don't want to take too much of the meat away. So this is what you don't want, and you can see that it's silvery. So it's really easy to tell what part of this you don't want. You can see there's a little more, so I'm gonna make sure to get that portion of it as well. All right, so now my meat is all cleared of it. You can see that there's still some white stuff on it, but that's just fat, so that's different than the silver skin. So otherwise your meat should be cleaned like that. And now you're gonna wanna go ahead and put this into a pan with aluminum foil, and you're just gonna wanna lay it down. And next I'll show you the marinade for it. After you have your tenderloin prepared, you're going to want to start on your marinade. So first you're going to take 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of Lowry's seasoning salt or any seasoning salt, 1 full tablespoon of fresh chopped up mint, and finally you are going to want 1 teaspoon of ground oregano. So now that you have them all in your bowl, you're just gonna go ahead and mix it. And this is what you are going to want to rub all over your tenderloin and let it soak for a little bit so that it can really soak in all the flavors. Now I'm gonna take my marinade and I'm just gonna layer it and spread it all over my tenderloin. And voila, there we have it. Now I'm gonna set this aside while I make the pecan crust to go on top. Now while our meat is marinating, I'm going to take 1 cup of pecans and I'm going to put it into my food processor to ground them up. Now that our pecans are all blended up, I'm gonna go ahead and dump them into my bowl. Add my 2 tablespoons of butter. Melted it so it mixes a little bit better. Half a teaspoon of pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of seasoning salt. And top it up with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And you are just gonna wanna mix that all together. Now for this, all I'm gonna do is evenly coat this all over my meat. And wha-bam, there we go. Now I have the oven set for 350 degrees and I'm gonna put it in for 25 to 30 minutes, making sure that it's at an internal temperature of 145 degrees. All right, so I went and I checked my meat. It's been about 35 minutes and I temped it at an internal temperature of 149 degrees. Now you want it to be at least 145. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my meat and I'm gonna let it rest, because with meat, you do not wanna just cut it right away, because now it's giving a chance for all the juices to kind of evenly flow through the meat, where if I were to cut it, all those juices would flow out. So I did let my meat rest for 15 minutes, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up. Put it down, cut a couple pieces. That's all I got for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're interested in getting this recipe, don't forget to go check out my Instagram, because that's where I keep all my recipes, as well as easy peasy instructions for you to follow. So I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day and night, evening, whatever it is you're doing. But most importantly, I look forward to seeing you all back here next Wednesday at 6.